Our special guests, I'd like to especially welcome Erna. She was first on tonight. Ernest, Flora, Giorgio, Gugu, iPhone, whoever iPhone is. Nice to see Peter. Thank you so much. Clive, Roger, welcome, guys. Tracy, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Be Coinwise presentation. I always like to start off with a little poem which impresses upon you the value of time and how your life can change in a minute. And I only have a minute, just 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. It's up to me to use it. I will suffer if I lose it, give an account should I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. Well, yeah, there you go. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Max Con, and I'm absolutely thrilled to be with you tonight to deliver the presentation for Be Coinwise. And I can promise you, if you're a guest, at the end of this presentation, you won't be a guest because you'll see the value, you'll see the excitement, you'll see the future that exists once you join Be Coinwise. So I'm going to get right into the presentation. I'm going to share my screen with you. And there it is. Right. So I'll just make that full size. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, so this is the Be Coinwise business opportunity. And I like to start with this screen here, this slide, because at first glance, it looks like doom and gloom. And it's, it's from the Business Tech and it's from the Daily Maverick. And when you read the headlines, it says things like cost of living crisis. South African households are burdened by rising prices. Electricity and water costs are skyrocketing. Huge blow to petrol prices in South Africa. Cost of living in crisis in South Africa laid bare in 8 graphs. That one there at the bottom of the Daily Maverick. New report reveals the cost of living crisis is deepening for South Africa's poor. That's actually inaccurate. It's not just South Africa's poor, it's everybody in South Africa. Our rand value and rand spending power is decreasing by the day. So this might look like a doom and gloom slide, but it's actually the best news you can find out. It's the best news you can hear tonight, because if this slide doesn't wake you up to the reality that we all face and find ourselves in, then I don't know what will. So consider this good news, because we're about to show you an opportunity that can reverse all of this. Right. Okay, first slide. This is the agenda for this evening. We have got the introduction, we have the company overview, we've got the ecosystem, the merchants, the market analysis, the proposed solution, implementation plan, the benefits and impact, the ranks within the Be Coinwise system, the conclusion, and then, of course, our contact details. Right, here we go. Okay, so here's the introduction, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Welcome to Be Coinwise, South Africa's unique shopping and loyalty ecosystem that empowers everyday people like you and I to earn rewards from our daily spending that we already do. Our mission is quite simple. Be Coinwise mission is quite simple: to make everyday shopping more rewarding, to create a community-driven loyalty system that benefits everyone. Who am I talking about when I say everyone? I'm talking about the most important person, you, the shopper, the merchants that you deal with, and the greater community that you find yourself living in. Right, to ensure that the growth is professional, transparent, and sustainable. And I'd like to tell you at the onset, we are not here to sell or push products or push people into anything. There is absolutely nothing to sell. You don't buy anything, you don't stockpile your garage. with toothpaste and cleaning products that you've got to move on. There's no selling. We like to say there's no selling, just telling. And that encapsulates it beautifully. So we are here to reimagine shopping as an opportunity, one that brings back value to households, brings back value to communities, and brings back value to businesses alike. That's what we're wanting to do. That's what we are doing with BeCoinWise. Okay, so let's have a look at the company overview. The vision statement is quite simple: to build South Africa's most trusted shopping and loyalty ecosystem, where everyday spending creates value, strengthens communities, and empowers people to grow together. Isn't that beautiful? That is, it's actually worth repeating. To build South Africa's most trusted shopping and loyalty ecosystem, where everyday shopping, everyday spending creates value, strengthens communities, and empowers people to grow together. My lovely friends, we need more of that in this world. Our mission statement is quite simple: to make shopping more rewarding by creating a transparent, sustainable, and inclusive loyalty ecosystem. We empower members to earn from everyday spending. We support merchants with stronger customer engagement, and we ensure that the growth benefits the entire community. Okay, so here's the ecosystem at a glance. We've got four components, okay? It's a closed loop system, and you will notice that the arrows go left and right and up and down. But the most important person in this closed loop system is you, the shopper. And you're down there at the bottom right, okay? So that's you, the shopper. Then if we move to the left, we have the merchants. If we move up to the top left, we have sellbucks. And then, of course, we have the mainstay itself, the BeCoinWise Earn As You Pay system. Now, let me just go back to sellbucks. Sellbucks is a digital platform company. It's a digital payment platform, and they've been in existence for over 12 years. And in that 12 years, they have processed 60 billion rands worth of payments. So they are a tried, tested, and trusted digital payment platform. You can't get better than the sellbucks. And that's about the main difference that we will be explaining to you later that you'll be doing. We're going to be encouraging you to use your sellbucks wallet to pay for your everyday shopping, your groceries, your petrol, your medications, your lifestyle products, things like that. So that's the closed loop system. Obviously, we have the merchants. That's the people you're going to be interacting with. You're already doing it, so nothing is new. The only thing that's new is the wonderful BeCoinWise system that's allowing you to earn on all of that. Okay, my lovely friends. So, I was talking there about the merchants. What merchants am I referring to? Well, there's Pick n Pay, Checkers, Boxer, and ShopRite. Who's heard of them? Now, Pick n Pay, Checkers, Boxer, ShopRite are major South African retailers. They have been in business for years. They didn't just start yesterday. They are tried and trusted. They're entrenched in the South African community, in the South African culture. These are the major players. Now, the question you want to be asking yourself right now is, would these major retailers join BeCoinWise if there was anything, and I mean anything, suspect or not above board? And of course, the question answers itself. No, they would not. Total Energies, you can fill your car up with petrol and diesel through Total and earn money back on that. Who's heard of Mug and Bean and Ackermans? Rockamama's? There's hundreds of merchants not listed here, and there's hundreds joining by the day. Discam and Clicks, Mr. Delivery, Hi-Fi Corporation, Incredible Connections, Spur. They have all aligned with the Be Coinwise system because the Be Coinwise system is safe, it's sound, and it benefits you, the shopper, you, the merchant, and you, the community. You can't get better. Okay, so if we look at the industry overview, if we have a look at the industry overview, the market analysis, okay? Right, so let's start with the bottom left hand of the slide. South Africans, that's you and I, by the way, in case you're wondering who are these people. The everyday shopper are spending billions of rands every month on basic necessities. Now, let me repeat that, basic necessities, not luxury goods, basic necessities. Things like groceries, petrol and diesel for your car, medicine and medications, lifestyle products. Now, the global loyalty and rewards market is projected to grow rapidly as consumers demand more value. Now, let me remind you that traditional loyalty programs, they often benefit the retailers more than the shoppers. Well, all that has changed with BeCoinWise because the BeCoinWise opportunity creates a transparent, shared value system where the shopper, him and herself, are rewarded. And that's you and I. So what's the target market? Well, the target market, our focus is on everyday shoppers who want to save and earn from the daily spending. Now think about it, you're doing this anyway, you're spending anyway, you're shopping anyway. Why not be part of BeCoinWise? Households. Our target market is households looking to reduce financial pressure without cutting back or changing any of their buying habits. Forward-thinking merchants who want to increase loyalty and customer retention. Our focus is on communities seeking innovative, sustainable ways to circulate value locally. And all that is within the BeCoinWise system. If we look at the competitive analysis, well, traditional loyalty programs such as points, butterflies, cashback, store cards, they give limited rewards. Let me repeat that. They give limited rewards, and they often lock you, the shopper, into one chain. Now, BeCoinWise is totally different because BeCoinWise works across multiple merchants and multiple categories. The rewards are transparent and shareable within a community ecosystem. BeCoinWise is positioned as a professional, unique alternative to outdated loyalty programs. That's the BeCoinWise market analysis. So, my lovely friends, what is the proposed solution? Well, let's start with the problem statement. Now, shoppers are spending billions, and I repeat that, billions, not millions, billions every month on essential purchases such as groceries, fuel, medicine, and more. Yet, despite this massive consumer activity, shoppers, and the shoppers, that's you and I, are earning very little, if nothing, back from that daily spending. Merchants, the people that you deal with, they're struggling to build long-term loyalty. And the communities where we find ourselves living, they're missing out on opportunities to circulate that value sustainably. Now, that's the problem statement. What is the result of that? The result of that is a system where all the value flows out and very little, if any, rarely flows back to the very people creating it. That's you and I. Now, come, guys, it's time this stopped. Stop it tonight by joining BeCoinWise. Now, the BeCoinWise solution. BeCoinWise introduces a shopping and loyalty ecosystem designed to benefit shoppers, to benefit merchants, and to benefit communities alike. Members, that's you and I, earn rewards on their own purchases. Communities will grow through shared loyalty benefits. And merchants will gain repeat customers and stronger engagement. Now, I want to emphasize, my lovely friends, that this is not a network scheme. I repeat, it is not a network scheme. It's a unique, and I use the word unique properly, it is a unique loyalty model that works with your everyday spending. What's the value proposition? Quite simple. For shoppers, the value proposition is you'll be turning your daily spending into rewards and savings, spending that you're already doing. What's the value proposition for merchants? Merchants will be building stronger customer loyalty and they'll be attracting many new shoppers. For communities that will be keeping the value circulating within that community. And we will be supporting local households and businesses. Because, my lovely friends, BeCoinWise creates a win-win situation. It creates a win-win ecosystem where everyone, you the shopper, you the merchant, you the community, benefits. I don't think you can get better than that. I really don't. So the implementation plan, well, from the 1st of September, we rolled out a refreshed structure. And the structure now consists of membership is included in the starter pack for everyone. And the starter pack is a 350 Rand investment to activate your participation. Yep, you heard correctly. It's 350 Rands to join BeCoinWise. And what an investment that is. We're having a nationwide expansion through partnerships and community onboarding. And we're creating a seamless integration of shopping, earning, and loyalty rewards. Okay, a little bit more about the starter pack. It's a once-off investment. It's a once-off fee of 350 Rands. Let me tell you, my lovely friends, if you've seen the content of the starter pack, you will agree with me. It's worth 100 times that. Really and truly. If you were to create this own starter pack yourself, it would cost you hundreds of thousands of Rands. But thanks to our technical director, Peter John Kraus, we have put all that into the starter pack for you, for a paltry, for a negligible, for a nominal fee of 350 Rands. Now, when you pay that 350 Rands, that's it. There's no more payments to BeCoinWise. There's no weekly fees, no monthly fees, no annual renewal fees. You pay once and never again. Now, that is unbelievable, and I want you to believe it because it is the truth. That is what is happening. And by the way, you can keep and still use all your existing retailer rewards like the Smart Shopper card, the Checkers card, your loyalty points, cashback. You can keep all them and continue using them. So the question you might be asking yourself right now is, where does the BeCoinWise money come from? And if you're thinking that, well, let me explain to you and let me answer that question. The BeCoinWise money comes from a small transaction fee that is paid by the merchant. Let me repeat and emphasize, a small transaction fee that is paid by the merchant. It's not paid by the member or members, It's paid by the merchants. It's a numbers game, my lovely friends. The more shoppers and transactions, the more shared value. And by the way, when you join BeCoinwise and you pay 350 rands, we immediately deposit into your Cellbucks wallet to get you started 30 rands. And you will see that money within the hour. And you realize the potential and just how user-friendly and of ease of use that the Cellbucks wallet and platform provides you, the shopper. So you invite people and you earn. You can introduce unlimited shoppers. The sky's the limit, the stratosphere is the limit. And you can even onboard merchants. And your growth will scale with participation. So that's the starter pack just briefly explained. Once you join BeCoinwise, you'll receive your username and password. Then you just go onto the website, click on the starter pack, and you can begin to feast your eyes on the amazing things available to you, marketing tools, information tools at your disposal, videos that you can customize with your name and your contact number and your member number that you can send out to friends and family and colleagues and people you know. It's absolutely amazing, and it's all been simplified, and it's so easy to use, and it's such user friendly. And that's all available to you in the starter pack. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at this slide, the benefits and impact. Now, if we look at the target, I like to call this design on the left the target because it is a target, or looks like a target. And if you look at the bullseye, that's you. You are the most important person in the BeCoinwise system, you, the shopper. So that's you right in the bullseye. If you look at the first outer ring, the second and the third, and there's 4 outer rings. The first one is the direct shopper. Second outer ring is the extended shopper. Third outer ring is the broader shopper. And then, of course, the last 4th outer ring is the market growth shopper. So you get a starter pack bonus. This is another stream of income over and above getting a percentage of the transaction fee on all your shopping and the shopping of everybody that's in your shopping community. You also get this extra income stream, and it's a starter pack bonus. So if we look at the first outer rung or outer ring, the direct shoppers, you will have 10 direct shoppers in your shopping community. And you will get a starter pack bonus once they have paid their starter pack fee. You will get a starter pack bonus of 10 rands. Now that equates to 100 rands. If we go to the second outer ring, the extended shopper starter pack bonus, the extended shopper pack bonus is 5 rands. But then you now have 100 extended shoppers in your shopping community. You will receive 5 rands starter pack bonus on each of them. That equates to 500 rands. Now, if we look at the broader shopper starter pack bonus, you're getting 10 rands on 1,000. You will have 1,000 broader shoppers in your community. And BeCoinwise is going to give you 10 rands for each of them. And that comes to 10,000 rands. And then, of course, if you look at the market growth shoppers, the starter pack bonus there is 25 rands. And you will have 10,000 market growth shoppers in your shopping community. And that's a colossal 250,000 rands. The grand total, and this is just starter pack bonuses, the grand total is 260,600 rands. And remember, you also get 50 rands on your personal starter pack bonus, your own one, you'll get 50 rands. Now, is that good or what? I'm going to let you answer that. Okay, so let's have an example of the benefits and impact. Now, this example that you see on the screen now, this is based on your shoppers in your community, okay? Spending. Now listen to this, you won't believe this, but they're spending 1,000 rands a month. Now, I know you're laughing and you're thinking, this is ridiculous because it's at least 5, 10, maybe 15,000 a month. And you're right. But we at BeCoinwise are keeping these figures as low as we possibly can so that you can appreciate the potential that's available to you through the BeCoinwise system. This is why we're doing it like this. So every time a payment is processed in your community, you're going to receive a loyalty share of that. You're going to receive a percentage of the transaction fee. Now, let's look at the direct shopper reward. Okay, so you've got 10 direct shoppers, and you're going to get 10% of the transaction fee. So let's say those 10 direct shoppers are spending 1,000 rands each. You're going to get 15 rands from that. Now, hold on. I know it's not exciting, but just hold on. It gets much better. If we move to the extended shopper reward, remember you've got 100 extended shoppers in your shopping community. And if they're spending 1,000 rands, I mean, they're going to be spending so much more. But based on them spending 1,000 rands, you're going to get 5% of that, and that's 75 rands. If we move to the broader shopper reward, there's 1,000 broader shoppers in your community. If they are spending 1,000 rands a month each, you're going to get 2,250 rands. When we get to the market growth shopper reward, that's when things really get exciting because you have 10,000 market growth shopper rewards. You have 10,000 in your shopping community. And BeCoinwise is going to give you a massive 40% on that transaction fee. And that equates to 60,000 rands. And remember, my lovely friends, you also get 10%. You yourself will enjoy 10% of the transaction fee on your own personal shopping. So the grand total on your shopping community, spending 1,000 rands a month, 1,000 rands, you're going to be earning 62,340 rands. And that is a wonderful income stream. And that is calculated on them spending 1,000. Now, some of us spend more than that in a week with just for petrol in our cars. But can you appreciate what's available to you through this BeCoinwise system? Oh, I'm sure you can. If we look at this example, this is an example on your shopping community spending 2,000 rands. Again, it's a ridiculous amount. We all spend much more than that. But this is based on your shopping community spending 2,000 rands a month on groceries, petrol, medications, lifestyle products, 2,000 rands. On your direct shopper reward category, you'll get 10% of that transaction fee, which comes to 30 rands. On the extended shopper reward, you'll get 5% of 100 people spending 2,000 rands a month. That will give you 150. On the broader shopper reward, you earn 15%, and you have 1,000 broader shoppers in your community. That's going to give you 4,500 rands per month. Then, of course, my lovely friends, the exciting one again, the market growth shopper reward. You have 10,000 market growth shoppers in your community. BeCoinwise is going to give you 40% of the transaction fee, and that equates to 120,000 rands. The total monthly income is 124,680 rands. And that's money that you're going to be receiving passively. You're not having to work for this money. You're not having to trade your time or use skill in marketing investments or anything like that. No, this is coming from and through your shopping community. So if we look at the community growth and earnings example scenario, the shopper community capacity, in other words, the maximum number of shoppers that you can have in your ecosystem community, is 11,111. And that comes from the 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Now, once you have 11,000 shoppers, you have what we term a full hive. And based on the average spend, again, of 1,000 rands per person per month, we know it's going to be 10 times that. But anyway, you have a potential to earn 60,000 plus rands a month. If your hive is half full, 30,000 rands a month. And even if your hive is only a tenth full, 6,000 rands per month. Now, before you turn your nose up at 6,000 rands, don't scoff at it. This is 6,000 rands that's coming into your account passively. It's almost like money for nothing. 6,000 rands. That's money. And I'll explain in a slide or two, the kind of money that you can realize through the bank on interest if you have a large enough capital. And with a 10th full hive, you can get 6,000 rands from BCoinWise. It's absolutely unbelievable. Now, obviously, your income is going to go up with inflation. The timeline mindset, well, don't worry how long it takes, even if it takes you a year. If it takes you more than a year, don't worry, because your earnings are going to improve every day. As your hive grows, your income's going to grow. You can invite, now think about this, there's no limit to the number of people that you can invite to the BCoinWise system. You can invite hundreds of shoppers, you can invite hundreds of merchants, and just imagine once you invite them and they join and they do the same, can you see where the potential is going? It's exponential growth, and it's money that's coming into your account. Again, I emphasize passively. Okay, so here are some of the ranks within the BCoinWise system. We've got the Nectar Collector, the Honey Maker, Bee's Knees, Bee Leader, Hive Master, Golden Hive, Nectar Elite, and then, of course, the one that we're all aiming for, the Royal Bee. So if we start at the bottom with the Nectar Collector, we all start there. And what is a Nectar Collector? Well, a Nectar Collector is someone who has joined BCoinWise and paid for their starter pack. They have also introduced the BCoinWise system to 2 other people, and they have joined and they have paid for their starter pack. Once you've done that, you are a Nectar Collector, a honey maker. The bees make honey, and BCoinWise members make honey. What's a honey maker? Well, your 2 active direct shoppers, they each onboard 2 active direct shoppers. And that gives your shopping community a total of 6. Once you've done that, you are a honey maker. The bee's knees, we all want to be the bee's knees, and why not? The bee's knees, you will have 10 active direct shoppers in your inner circle. Remember that inner circle, the first outer ring? Once you've done that, you are the bee's knees. Then we have the bee leader. The bee leader is 100 active shoppers in your community. That was the second outer ring. 5 of them will be active, personally onboarded shoppers each, with 10 active, personally onboarded shoppers each in their respective communities. And once you've done that, you're a bee leader. Hive master, 250 active shoppers in your community. You'll have 10 active, personally onboarded shoppers, each with 10 active, personally onboarded shoppers in their communities. And once that happens, you're a hive master. The golden hive, you'll have 500 active shoppers in your community, of which at least 2 of them will be B leaders in your community. Once you've done that, you're golden hive. Then Nectar Elite. Nectar Elite, you have 1,000 active shoppers in your community with at least 3 B leaders. And then, of course, my lovely friends, the one we're all aiming for, the Royal Bee. You become a Royal Bee when you have 5,000 active shoppers in your community, with at least 3 of them being hive masters in your community. Once you've done that, you are a Royal Bee. And by the way, have we got a great incentive for you to realize Royal Bee status? Because BeCoin-wise, oops, sorry, I just jumped the screen there, I do apologize. BeCoin-wise, all first-time Royal Bees will share in 2% of the company revenue once you qualify as a Royal Bee member. Now, I don't know what the 2% will be, but I can only imagine it's going to be a colossal amount. So the minute that you qualify as a Royal Bee member, you will share in 2% of the company revenue. And wow, if that doesn't get you going and getting you to Royal Bee status, I don't know what will, but what a great incentive. And thank you, BeCoinWise, for that. Okay, so earlier on, I was saying to you that even with 1/10 of a hive, you will get 6,000 rands every month paid into your account. Do you know how much money you would have to have in the bank? You would have to tie up your money in a bank for maybe a month, 6 months, or a year. You would have to have 1,000,000 rands in the bank to earn decent monthly interest. Now, this example here quotes 10%, but I reckon, and you know yourself, you're going to have to shop around to find a bank that's going to give you 10%, because the reality is more like 7 or 8%. But we are just being generous with the figures once again. So if you can find a bank that will give you 10% and you invest and lock up your 1,000,000 rands for a year or so, you get 100,000 rands a month. Sorry, not a month, a year. And divide that by 12, it works out at 8,333 rands a month. If you've got half a bar, if you've got 500,000 rands, the bank will give you 4,166 rands. And remember, with 1/10 of a hive, you're getting 6,000 rands from BeCoinWise. If you have 250,000 rands that you can afford to tie up in the bank, they'll give you 2,083 rands every month. And I don't think any of us would feel too grand about that. But anyway, that was a joke. Okay, if you've got 100,000 rands, the bank will give you 833 rands a month interest. So what am I saying to you? Well, what I'm saying to you is, once your earnings in BeCoinWise hit 8,333 rands, you are technically, theoretically, a rand millionaire. You're getting the same interest that someone who ties up their 1,000,000 rand capital for a period of time gets. You're getting the same interest that you're getting that without having to tie up your money, without having to give the bank your capital. And that's the amazing thing and the amazing potential that's available to you through BeCoinWise. Guys and gals, my lovely guests, don't think a second longer. Take the action tonight. The only time to decide is now. Decide now that your life is going to change. Decide now that you're going to rid yourself of this financial slavery that we all find ourselves in. Change and change tonight. Okay, so here we go. We're at the conclusion. Okay, so the conclusion. BeCoinWise is not another scheme. Let me emphasize that and repeat this. BeCoinWise is not just another scheme. Be Coinwise is a shopping and loyalty revolution. It is turning the financial game on its head, and it's putting the shopper, the average man and woman on the street, into #1 position. Because Be Coinwise believes in empowering shoppers, strengthening communities, and creating an ecosystem where everyone benefits from everyday spending on basic necessities. Be Coinwise wants you to shop smart, they want you to earn more, and they want you to grow together. So join us tonight. Join Be Coinwise tonight. Remember the summary for members? You'll be earning rewards, you'll be reducing the cost of living, and you'll be joining a supportive community. If you're coming on board as a merchant, if you have your own business, shop somewhere, service, products, whatever, for merchants, you're going to experience customer loyalty. You're going to experience increased foot traffic, and you're going to experience a shared ecosystem growth. For communities, and we all live in a community, the communities, they're going to experience a sustainable way to circulate value and to empower households. My lovely friends, let me remind you that tomorrow, maybe even tonight, you'll shop again. We shop every day. Every day we're buying basic essentials, basic necessities. You're going to be shopping again, again and again and again. The only question is, are you going to carry on the way you've been doing it, getting very little, if nothing, back? Or are you going to join Be Coinwise? Will you earn from it or not? My lovely friends, the time is now. So get back to the person that introduced you, that brought you here tonight to this presentation. Get back to that person and register as a Be Coinwise member tonight. Join the Be Coinwise ecosystem. Join the Be Coinwise revolution. Shop smart, earn more, and let's grow together. Okay, so here's some contact details. Now, Be Coinwise is very contactable. Be Coinwise wants you to contact them. They want you to make sure that you make an informed decision. So you can WhatsApp Be Coinwise on 2761 501 0386. You can SMS Be Coinwise on 278393 0043 959814. You can send an email to support@becw.co.za. You can check out the website www.becw.co.za. And of course, you can connect and follow Be Coinwise on all the major social media platforms. We're everywhere. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, Zoom, the platform we're using right now, and of course, WhatsApp. So contact Be Coinwise, ask any questions that you may have. There's lots of training available. It allows you to make an informed decision. Because if I haven't convinced you tonight to join Be Coinwise, I don't know what will. If you're going to sit in the same old system where you spend, and get very little, if nothing, back, it's up to you. But here is a platform that you can now use to reverse that, to make your life better, to make your finances better, to make your community better, and to make the merchants that you shop with better. And it's all encompassed, it's all encased in the Be Coinwise system. Okay, my lovely friends, that's the presentation. And let me just see here. Okay, I'm just going to stop sharing that screen. Right, so before I end the presentation tonight, I just want to tell you on Saturday there, the 27th, on Saturday, we had one of the first face-to-face Be Coinwise meetings. and it was an absolute huge success. It was hosted by our beloved Pastor Earl Morrison from the Heritage Faith Church in Florida. Now, he's an amazing guy. He's been in the Florida area for the last 30 years, and he's done so much good for the community. But the meeting itself was electric. The meeting itself was wonderful. And over 24 people signed up on that Saturday morning straight away because they can see, they felt, they experienced the benefits of Be Coinwise. It was an absolute wonderful morning. Now, we're going to have more of them, and it's not confirmed, but I believe this Saturday, the 4th of October, we'll be having another face-to-face meeting. So once it's confirmed, we will send you notification of it, and we would love to see you because we want you to know that Be Coinwise is a real, tangible product. I'm a real guy. You'll see me in person. You can touch me. You can shake my hand. You can hug me. I'm a real guy. So we want you to know that Be Coinwise is real. We want you to know that Be Coinwise cares. And we're taking the Be Coinwise roadshow. We're going to call it a roadshow. It's face-to-face meetings. We're taking it to the people. We're taking it to the communities because we want you to know. We want you to know Be Coinwise is real. Be Coinwise saves you money. Be Coinwise earns you money. And Be Coinwise is so affordable. Be Coinwise is so easy to join. So please look out for the notification. We will confirm tomorrow and we'll start advertising it for this Saturday. My lovely friends, I'm going to finish like I always do with another little poem. And this is to fire you up. This is to get you all going. I want you to ignite the higher fire within you. Never, ever give up because you must aspire to acquire the desire you admire and require. Then, once you've done that, you're a live wire on fire. Now, should you misfire and backfire, don't retire or perspire. Shine, shine like the sapphire. Become the high flyer. Refire and acquire the desire you admire and require. My lovely friends, I'll be back on Wednesday night with the presentation, so please invite all your friends, family, colleagues, neighbors, invite everybody. Share the link with as many people that you know. Share the link with all your contacts on your phone. Tomorrow night, Tuesday, we'll have Peter John Krausp with his technical presentation. And when I say technical presentation, what I mean is Peter every week shares one of the tools that you can find in the starter pack. And he's got a wonderful, beautiful way of simplifying everything and explaining it so nicely. So just watching Peter for 5 minutes, you'll know how to use that starter pack and you'll know how to use some of the tools within the starter pack. So come tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, and experience Peter in action, sharing with you the technical details. I'll be back on Wednesday with the same presentation. Thursday, notification dependent, we may have Dr. Franz Swanepoel, our CEO, our founder, the brainchild of Be Coinwise, with the very latest developments. So in other words, the very latest developments as they land on Franz's desk, he'll be telling you all about them. And that usually happens on a Thursday, but once again, that will be confirmed. So tune in tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, for Peter John Krausp and his technical presentation. I'll be back on Wednesday. Until I see you again, may all your days be happy, joyful, and full of Be Coinwise. May you live as long as you want to, and want to, for as long as you live. And with Be Coinwise, you want to live forever. Thank you so much. God bless you. Good night.